Yo guys, sorry, you already know that today we are here looking at the winter 2023 anime. It is that time of year. We are going to get a sneak peek as to how the 2023 year of anime is going to start. I am recording this probably a little bit early, but by the time this video comes out, it should be right on time. And as I sort of scroll through the page just to see if there was like a lot of information, and it definitely seems like there is. So I think most things that are going to be airing have been like announced and all that sort of stuff. So as always, I'm going to go through and just sort of talk about the things that look interesting to me, some things that I might be watching, and to sort of go over what there is and see what looks interesting to me, and give you all an idea of maybe some things that you should maybe check out, or things that look terrible. I have no idea. But yeah, we're just gonna scroll through. If you haven't seen me do this before, my process is pretty good. I don't generally end up watching that many shows that I end up disliking, because my process is pretty simple between just reading this, looking at the source material, looking at the studio behind it, and all that sort of stuff. So the first one's listed looks like it's a lot of continuation, so we're just gonna kind of go through those really quick, and then we're just going to move on to the other animes. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. The Eminence in Shadow is a series that I'm not watching, but I have heard pretty good things about it. If you're into sort of over-the-top fantasy isekai things, it seems like it is pretty good, but I have not found time to fit it into the very busy fall anime season, or just my busy schedule in general. So I haven't been watching it, but I've heard good things. So yeah, The Eminence in Shadow is continuing. It looks like a total of 20 episodes. So I think it should be only like 8 episodes that air in the winter, so it's not even going to be taking up the full season. One Piece, haven't watched. My Hero Academia Season 6, I am watching. I'm a few episodes behind. It has been very action-packed, but it is the full sort of season is 25 episodes that spans both the fall season and the winter season, so I will continue to watch that. It is pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of MHA, but I'm also not the biggest hater. I think it is a solid show and is worth watching, so I will be keeping up with that. Blue Lock is very good. I mean, it is a soccer battle royale anime. I've heard a lot of hype about it. I'm pretty sure the series has really just blown up, especially in Japan. I know that the manga is, I think, like one of the top 10 selling manga like in Japan. So it is definitely going to continue. It looks like it's going to have 24 episodes, and I do think it had a very strong start. I think it had an okay middle, and I think by like episode like 7 or 8, it started to like really pick it up again. So yeah, so I'm going to be continuing to watch Blue Lock, absolutely. Looks like Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun Season 3 is continuing. That was something that began in the fall of 2022. Looks like a total of 21 episodes. I have not started watching the show yet. I might potentially watch it, I don't know. It's just one of those things that I'd like to get around to, but there's no guarantees. So, yeah, but I've heard good things. Misfit of Demon King Academy 2, I'm actually a little surprised that it's this high up. Yeah, it's sort of by popularity. The Misfit of Demon King Academy was like a cool, really funny show for like 6 episodes, and then it sort of started to lose its charm. It's very over the top. It is pretty funny, but I do think that it sort of fell off in the second half and kind of became a little bit more generic fantasy isekai stuff, that they sort of ran out of room to tell like funny jokes because the power scaling already like went way too far. So I don't know if I'm even going to bother watching that. Probably not, honestly, because I don't really know what more they could do to attract my attention. None of the characters are all that interesting to me. Outside of the main character, which I feel like everything that he could possibly do has already been essentially played out. So, probably not going to watch it, but it is probably going to be a solid show. More continuations. To Your Eternity Season 2 is going to continue. I have been watching that. I am a couple episodes behind. I do like the current arc that they are on. It is not what I was expecting from the show, but it is good. So, I will be continuing to watch that. Looks like there's a total of 20 episodes, so only, a few more to go. I think that one actually did start a little late, because as I'm recording this is like episode 10, so by the end of the anime season it'll probably still be at like 11 or 12, and then other new things will be starting while this thing is just getting to like episode 12 or maybe 13. So yeah, solid eight episodes in the winter season. So yeah, I'll keep watching that for sure. This is another second season Bofuri. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max up my defense. I did not watch the first season. I've heard okay things about it. I'm not generally into isekai stuff like that, unless it is, you know, overwhelmingly positively reviewed or really speaks to me, and this doesn't either. So I'm not going to bother. Boruto, not going to bother. Wow. Vinland Saga Season 2 actually grays out the spoilers for Season 1 because it doesn't want to tell you anything about it. And honestly, I will respect that. I'm not even going to read it. I'm definitely going to be watching Vinland Saga Season 2. I actually don't know if I have this on my plan to watch for my anime list. Let me go ahead and just add that really quick. Yep, it's not there. It is now. Vinland Saga is a very, very good show. It is, you know, historical drama. It's based on real events while obviously, you know, dramatizing some of the actual facts to make a fun story. Yeah, I can't really say that much about it, but you know, it's sort of about like Vikings and that sort of stuff. The characters are interesting. It's very brutal. It's very violent, but it is really, really good. I've heard Season 2 goes in a vastly different direction, or at least not exactly the same sort of thing. So, but I will be looking forward to it. This has Mappa taking over as the studio. Mappa generally does good stuff. The first season was done by Wit Studio, which, I mean, Wit Studio is probably one of my favorite, anime studios of all time. So it's a little sad that they're not doing it, but I'm sure Mappa is going to do a solid enough job that it shouldn't really take away from how good the show is. So I will definitely be looking out for that. I actually also think, yes, this is going to be available on Crunchyroll and apparently Netflix as well. I believe the first season, at least when it was airing, was only available on Amazon, and I don't think Amazon really does seasonal anime anymore. I don't think it worked out for them that well, as far as I can tell. So Vinland Saga is going to be more accessible for more people to watch. So yeah, go check that out. Why is this one in Japanese? Everything else is in English, but then this is, you know, Dungeon whatever. Is this what is this? Does it not have like an English title? This is like the English title. I was gonna say, is it wrong to pick up Girls in a Dungeon? I think it is. I think it's Damachi. Maybe not. It looks similar, but maybe it's not. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But I'm not going to watch it because I just don't care, and there's no synopsis or anything. I can barely even tell what this is, so I'm not gonna bother. By the Grace of the Gods Season 2, I don't remember hearing anything about it Season 1. So I am not going to bother looking into it because I have not heard anything about it. All right, let's keep going down as we're going to start getting to things that maybe I have not heard about. The Fruit of Evolution 2. Before I knew it, my life had it made with no synopsis. So maybe not. I swear when I scrolled through, there was a lot more text further down. So I don't know why this is so popular if there's no synopsis. It's based off a light novel, so maybe the source material is something, but. Adventure, fantasy, isekai, romance doesn't do anything to inspire confidence in me, so I'm not going to bother with that. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro's second season, so another season 2 of a show that I didn't care, I didn't bother watching the first season, and it was never sold to me as something that I would like, so I'm not going to bother with that either. Tokyo Revengers Christmas Showdown Arc. This is second season of Tokyo Revengers. Ooh, okay. Yeah, Tokyo Revengers is actually a really good show. It took a while to grow on me. I'd say the first half of the show I struggled to sort of stay into. I'm not generally a big fan of the sort of gang aesthetic. You know, it's sort of just a bunch of hooligans and gang stuff. You know, wars and all that sort of stuff, which is not generally my thing, but I do think that it was interesting enough, the characters were good enough to sort of drive the story forward. So, I mean, if you haven't watched Tokyo Revengers, I definitely say that you should check it out. I'm just going to go ahead and add this to my plan to watch this so I don't forget about it. But yeah, I will be watching Tokyo Revengers. Inspector Season 2, I didn't watch Inspector Season 1, and I heard that it wasn't all that good. So, you know, that's a thing that's happening. Urusei Yatsura, I believe, yes, is a continuation of something that started airing in the fall, which is a remake of an old anime. I feel like I've heard okay things about it, but I think it helps if you're a fan of the original material. I don't entirely know, so we're just going to keep moving on. this is something that's actually new. Comedy romance, The Angel Next Door, spoils me rotten. Mayuru is a beautiful girl whose classmates all call her Angel. Not only is she a star athlete with perfect grades, she's also drop-dead gorgeous. Amine, an average guy and self-made Slav, has never thought of much of the divine beauty. Despite attending the same school, everything changes, however, when he happens to see Mayuru sitting alone in a park during a rainstorm. Begins a strange relationship between this incredibly unlikely pair. This makes it seem very generic. It doesn't seem like it brings anything new to the table. If the characters are strong enough, that could propel this into something worth watching. It's not going to be anything. I'm sort of looking if there's anything else that the studio has done that would inspire a lot of confidence, and I gotta say, there's really nothing here that makes me think that this is going to be special in any way. So I'm not going to bother, but if I do hear a lot of people tell me that the characters are really, really worth being invested in the story for, I could see watching it, but I probably won't. Bungo Stray Dogs 4 is interesting. Bungo Stray Dogs was actually a show that I started watching on my own time earlier in the year, and I think I only made it like 6 or 7 episodes in, and I kind of put it on hold. I didn't find it all that interesting, but I've also heard that the show gets better in the later seasons, so it is something that I want to continue with. I just haven't found the time between the seasonal anime, all the video games I'm playing, and everything else that's happening in my life. So now that there's a 4th season, it may give me more motivation to continue on. Yeah, it is a interesting show. I think the characters leave a little bit to be desired in the few episodes that I've seen, but they could always grow and be better. So I don't know. I may watch that if I can make it through the first 3 seasons. So yeah, we'll see. Nier Automata version 1.1a. Obviously, I know Nier Automata as like a game. So I guess they are making. It doesn't say like episodes, so I don't know if this is like a series, if this is like a movie. It seems like they don't know. But I don't know enough about Nier Automata, and I feel like I would rather play the game than watch an anime about it. So if I would ever get into that, I would just play the game instead. Okay. Adventurers who don't believe in humanity will save the world. Okay. Holy Man, Beast Folk, more. The town itself, so Labyrinth, has been nicknamed the Labyrinth Town. Heartbroken light warriors, been kicked out of martial arts adventuring city. Deceived by his lover. There's... Okay, so he hates humans, and then he has to go save everybody. That, like, I don't know, this sort of gives me, like, Shield Hero vibes, but, like, not in the same way. I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna pass on that. The Ice Blade Sorcerer shall rule the world. Is hailed as the most powerful sorcerer in the world, the one who inherited this title, Ray White. Struggles to deal with his own immense power after fighting the Far East Warriors. Last combination vanished from the battlefield along with the Deep Psych. 3 years have passed since then, and Ray is enrolled in an Arnold Academy of Magic school attended by elite sorcerers. Okay. This, sounds not super interesting to me. So, I'm just gonna pass it. Everything that I say pass on, it's always with a caveat of if I hear overwhelmingly positive things, then it could get me to check it out, but that doesn't inspire confidence on first look. There's another comedy romance school. Tomo-chan is a girl. Boyish high school girl, Tomo Aizawa. Was her childhood friend, Junichiro Kubota, see her as an actual girl, but every attempt ends up in vain. Okay, I don't think that is something that I would want to watch. Reborn to master the blade from Hero King to Extraordinary Squire. Wow, this anime season is weak. Like, in terms of new anime, this is just like, is there anything here that's like worth watching? After living a life devoted to serving country people, Reborn is far future. I got bored reading that short paragraph. I'm good. Reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world, of course. A digital novel? I don't think I care. Start of the story no one's ever seen before. The story of the strongest exorcist in a fantasy world. I don't think it's going to be different enough for it to matter. Speaking of something that's actually been done before, farming life in another world. No thanks. I don't need to see somebody go to another world to be a farmer. Spy Classroom. Alright, here we go. This is something that looks different. Action, comedy, mystery, romance. Conflict-ravaged nations now deploy covert operatives instead of missiles. Lily is recruited into spy training, but her practical skills are absolutely abysmal. Desperate to pass, they least have the chance to join the mysterious Homoshibi team. Too bad the team is filled with even more hopeless spies. Together they must conquer the impossible mission and best their genius and structure instructor, but the true purpose behind their classroom is more harrowing than they can imagine. What is the studio? Is the studio... I've heard of Snafu. I've heard good things about that. But that's about... I feel like I've heard okay things about the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting, even though I didn't really care about it. I didn't, like, care to watch it, I should say. So, I mean, nothing, like, terrible that I know of. I am going to give this a hesitant. I might check it out. So... Alright, I'll add that as just like a check it out. I don't know if that's just a product of nothing else looking interesting and I'm looking for literally anything, or if because this will actually be good. This is something that either gets dropped after one episode or is like super underrated and actually good. I have no idea. Let's see. Kubo won't let me be invisible. Junta Shiraishi has this one goal to experience you to the fullest, but it's easier said than done. Push invisible. Okay. Nagisa Kubo, she's the only person who pays Junta any attention. You won't let him be invisible. I don't know. That could go anyway. Pine Jam is a interesting studio because I do like Gleipnir. I also heard pretty good things about Do It Yourself. So, you know, they have a decent track record. They're not a studio that inspires like, oh, this is going to be amazing. But it does make me pause and be like, well, maybe. I don't know that the premise gives me anything. But if the characters are really good... Oh, this one is actually based off of manga, so hold up. If the manga is highly revered, then I will check it out. If not, then I probably won't bother. Let's see. 7.9. I don't know. I'm gonna skip it for now, but like if I hear a lot of good things about it, then maybe. Let's see. Ayakashi Triangle. Exorcist Ninja, who exercises evil spirits. That doesn't give me anything that I care about, so I'll pass it for now. Doing Kobayashi Live, the latest in scenery villainous Lazulette. I'm good on that one for now. Chilling in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army. What? Dark Soldier, the dude cannot use magic, has risen to the position of assistant of the four generals with his talent and energy. As soon as the four generals are replaced, Daryl is fired from the army. Daryl is devastated when he arrives. He finds that his avenging skills have blossomed as human. Then his second life in this village and requests start pouring in. Trouble, false charge, duel. Alright. So, based on the title and this little picture, it actually looked like it could have been really funny, but it only has fantasy. And it looks like he just goes on a generic quest in an isekai world. Or just a fantasy world. No, it doesn't look like it's isekai at all. It looks like it's just like a fantasy. But that doesn't really give me anything. I think if this was a comedy, I think this could have potentially swayed me. But if it's not, then I don't think I'm going to bother. Handyman Saito in another world. What's in another world? We trusted to open locked treasure chest. Or to repair equipment. That's all his job's gonna be. I'm good. My life is Inukai-san's dog. They say every dog has his day. That's especially true for our protagonist, who has just turned into a dog and now, oh my gosh. Under the care of his crush? Oh gosh. While he wants to return to human form someday. I don't think so. Magical revolution of the reincarnated princess and the genius young lady. I feel like they're just like throwing words that I just don't care about anymore. I already just looked at the next one as well. I'm just gonna pass over this one. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. Why? Why is Mappa doing this? I'm so confused. An ordinary salaryman is suddenly transported to another world one day. Online grocery is discouraged at first, but in the modern foods he's able to bring to his new world. He's just able to bring, you know, food from the real world or from his world into this fantasy world. You're gonna have to sell me harder than that. This could be something just because it is Mappa, but like, I'm not gonna add that. Saving 80,000 gold in another world for my retirement. Dude, this is the dumbest anime season of my entire life. What is this? Oh my gosh, there are people with parents' insurance money. One day she worries about, oh my gosh, the world jumping ability. Now she has this ability. She comes with a plan for the future in which she saves 1 billion yen in each world for a total of 2 billion yen. How is that an entire story? I don't understand. The ice guy and his cool female colleague. What? Snowy white romance blows in like a blizzard. Wow. Wow, that is a long little thing. No thanks. There's Trigun Stampede. I haven't watched Trigun, but I think this is a... Is this a continuation of sorts? It does say that it's a source from the manga, so I don't know that much about the history of Trigun and its different adaptations, whether it was originally a manga or an anime or anything like that. But I've never watched Trigun. Now might be a good time to try, and then I guess I'll wait to hear about Trigun Stampede to see if it's like good for fans of the classic or what sort of thing it is. I'm actually surprised it's this far down though. But yeah, I'm gonna skip over it for now, but you never know. This art style comedy slice of life is not really doing it for me, so I'm just gonna skip over that. I know The Great Snowy Sea, adventure fantasy sci-fi. That's an original. Oh gosh. Sea of Snow has engulfed the planet's surface. People struggling to survive living around the roots of a massive orbital tree. Branches spread into the celestial membrane high above the ground. A boy from the celestial membrane encounters a girl. I don't know. What is Polygon Pictures? Have they done anything before? Have I heard of that? Sure. I feel like these aren't good, are they? I don't know. I don't think I've heard of really any of these things. I'm kind of intrigued, but at the same time, I feel like it could end up also just being really boring. I don't know. I'm gonna hold off on that for now, and then we'll see. We got Case Closed Detective Conan. I haven't watched any, so not going to bother. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Adventure Fantasy Romance. Fairies are bought and sold on to the highest bidder. Humans aren't exactly on friendly terms with the Fae folk. And then they become friends, and then... Yeah, okay. I will skip over that for now, although that art style actually does look pretty good, for what it's worth. Legend of Heroes, Trail of Cold Steel, and Northern War. I think I'm good. This action, it's from a game. I think I'm good. Giant Beast of Ours. That background looks really good. I didn't even look at, like, the characters. The great beast created the land, but humans stole it. Angered, the beast began eating humans, who in turn called upon the gods to fight the beast. In the age of the sword, heroes in mythology, giant beasts are hunted by humans for profit. The hero who makes his living hunting beast encounters Kumi, who's chased by someone. I've never heard of this. I remember hearing about Peach Boy Riverside. I forget if that was like, you know, good or not. At least the animation. I don't know. It doesn't inspire confidence, but it doesn't like immediately say like, oh, this is going to be terrible. I'm somewhat interested to potentially check it out, but I don't know if I will. I'm gonna go ahead and set this as a potential plan to watch. Yeah, we're gonna set that as a potential plan to watch, because it does sound like it could be interesting, but it could also be very, very bad. Play It Cool Guys, I believe, is a continuation, yeah, and I have not been watching it, and I didn't really hear anything about it, so I'm good with that. We have Revenger, some sort of action revenge story. I don't think I'm gonna care. That sort of thing is not generally my jam, so I'll just skip over that. Malevolent Spirits Monogatari. Filled with rage against spirits known as Komogami. Meant to live, blah blah blah. Alright, it doesn't really do anything for me. Tale of Outcasts Fantasy Shonen. Oh, that's different. I was like, this is Aussie production, this is Ashy Productions. Is that actually two different things, or did they just like misspell something? No, I think it's two different things. Interesting. Okay. Demon Girl, I don't know, it doesn't really do anything for me. The Empire Dies in No Time too. I actually remember hearing about that. I've heard some people say that it's pretty funny. So that could be something. But I'm probably not going to check it out. so it's fine. Yeah, Buddy Daddies, I've actually heard of Buddy Daddies. Targets they go after and get away. It kind of, I think, almost sort of looks like it's sort of like a Spy Family ripoff, but you know, two guys and a little girl instead of like a man and a woman or whatever. So it begins a family of hot-blooded and cold-blooded of hired killers and naive, innocent little girl. Will they be able to balance career and parenthood? And will the temporary family find happiness? So yeah, so it's like they're both like assassins of sorts that for some reason or another are together with a small child in like a temporary family. So it kind of just feels like a weird Spy Family ripoff, especially since it's an original. It's not like based off of anything. It does have comedy, so if it's really funny, it could be worth it. I think PA Works generally does good stuff, potentially. So I'll probably wait to hear about it, and I'm sure I'll hear about it. And I'll see if it's worth watching after that. Because this could be my jam, or it could just be really insufferable. I don't know which one it would be. Yomushi Pedal Limit Break. I mean, I have not seen any of that, so not gonna bother. Lucifer's Stabber Orphan actually sounds familiar. Yeah, 3rd season. But I haven't watched the first 2 seasons, so it's not gonna matter. 2nd season of Sarunin. What is this? This is Drama School Sports, and I want to look into what this is, because the poster here looks actually really interesting, and I do like sports, and I do like drama, so, and Kyoto Animation, so I don't know what this is and why I've never heard of it, but I may look into it on my own time to see if it's worth watching. So okay. An action supernatural high card. Was on the brink of closing due to financial stress. South Park Casino, nothing happened, blah blah blah. It was about secret group called High Card. There's so much to read there. I'm going to skip over that. I also wouldn't know if a media mix project is going to end up being all that good, so I will skip over it for now. I feel like we're probably getting towards the end here of things that's worth seeing, so we're just going to sort of rapid fire through anything. Fire Hunter, Magical Realize, Fire Beast knows Flame Demons. Doesn't really give me anything to work with, so I'm good there. Martial Arts Shonen, Slice of Life Sports, Middle School Judo, doesn't look super interesting to me. This doesn't look interesting to me. More music stuff, Tactiloid Overmind, Media Mix Project. I don't know, doesn't really inspire any sort of confidence. Nights with a Cat. Wants to spend time with his new cat. Okay, so that's all that is. The art style is very interesting. That was a choice that was made. Eternal Boys, the Mature Idol Project. Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, this began in the fall. I was like, this actually looked familiar. I didn't watch any of this, and I also love, like, this is like 6 middle-aged men. It's just like honestly, they all look like they are maybe college age at most. This one probably looks like maybe the oldest, but like all of them looks like they're barely out of high school. So like, I don't know how you're gonna make a show about middle-aged men without actually making them look middle-aged in any way, shape, or form. So I'm not entirely sure how that works, but I haven't really heard anything about it, so it makes me think that it's probably not worth watching. Don't know anything about that. No thanks. Special episodes for Pokemon Ultimate Journeys, because, you know, Ash is dead now. He's gone forever. So I think it's related to that. And I think we're down to all the kids stuff. Wow, this is possibly the worst season of anime, especially new anime. This is the worst season for new anime I think I've ever seen. I mean, what did I say that I was gonna watch? The things that I'm already watching, and Vinland Saga, which is a sequel. And then I think I added maybe 2 things, which honestly in other anime seasons I probably wouldn't have even thought twice about. Alright, so Winter Anime 2023 is the time to catch up on anime that you have been slacking on, because there's not much to watch here. So that was my journey through this. If there's anything that you think that I disregarded that I shouldn't have, maybe you know more than I do about the source material, and if something's going to be good that I disregarded, please let me know, because like I said, I say that this looks bad now, but all it takes is for some really well-written characters and some hype about a show for me to potentially check it out and change my opinion on some of these things. And I will obviously let you know if I do end up if I did end up changing my opinion on anything, because I will always talk about what I watched in any given anime season. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. Hopefully y'all saw something here that looked interesting to you. And yeah, we can talk about anime stuff in the comments or wherever. And yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop on out of here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you around. Peace out.